the movie says you had to go to Jordan
Right. So
because the weapons got stopped.
Yeah. So that was a separate contract.
Okay.
So that was the Beretta contract.
Okay.
That was to Iraq. That was not to Afghanistan.
Okay.
In real life, there was a Beretta contract, but we did not go to Jordan and we did not drive through the Triangle of Death.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You were in the car, the truck.
Yeah. So that scene from the Triangle of Death is actually true.
Okay.
But it didn't happen to us.
Okay.
It actually happened to the guy who wrote the War Dogs screenplay, a guy named Stephen Shin.
Okay.
And Stephen, this was back in like around 2003, 2004. Stephen, the reason he got the contract to write the War Dogs screenplay is because he wrote another screenplay that was considered to be very good, but never ended up getting made into a film called Iraq. And that screenplay was about these other two American government contractors who were on the ground in Iraq, and he wanted to go interview them in order to write this screenplay, but he couldn't get a commercial flight into Baghdad, so he flew into Jordan and hired a Jordanian driver to drive him to Baghdad. And his driver decided to stop in Fallujah because no one was guarding the gas station, so he got free gas. And then he got shot at by insurgents and got saved by the U.S. Army.
Wow.
Just, like similar to what there was in the movie.
Okay.
So that scene is actually true, but it just happened to Stephen Shin, not to us.
Okay.
And so when Stephen was writing the screenplay, Todd Phillips, the director of War Dogs, said, these guys are just sitting behind a desk too much. We need some action.
True.
And so why don't you put your story in there?
Okay.
So that's how that.
Okay, so you didn't have to travel anywhere and go crazy.
So, I mean, we did travel a whole bunch.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that we did that didn't make it into the movie. I mean, we went.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, we went to Paris for a trade show. The scene they show that in Vegas where we meet Bradley Cooper, right, who's playing Henry. That show actually took place in Paris.
Okay.
But I think they felt that Vegas was more like sleazy, so it was like a better kind of scene.
More
for
degenerate.
That. Yeah, more degenerate. Paris too classy for an arms show. So they changed the venue to Vegas. But that show that they're trying to portray in the movie actually took place. It's called Eurosatori. It took place in Paris. It takes place every year or every 2 years. And so we went to a bunch of these shows. Yeah, I went to South Africa, to India. Ephraim went to Malaysia. So there was a few. We did a bunch of traveling. I've been to Jordan, but not for business. Because I also lived in Israel for a while. So I visited Jordan and Egypt and.